I thought I had an idea of what Bolivia was going to be like. I had read other travel reports and gathered information. Boy, was I wrong. I had no idea what the cities like Potosi and Sucre were really like. But let's go back to Uyuni and start where we left off last time at the salt flats. The Uyuni salt flats are the largest salt flats in the world. They cover an area of more than 4,000 square miles and are sitting at an altitude of 12,000 feet above sea level. I had arrived at the salt hotel with all sorts of plans of things I wanted to do and see. This wasn't to happen. I arrived running a very high fever and ended up spending 6 days sick and trying to recover. I did take one ride out on the flats, but it was short, and what you're seeing now is some of the only footage I have. Once I started to feel better, I was honestly over being in Uyuni and I wanted to get moving.
All right, well, good morning. That was the Sailor de Uyuni that you saw there in the intro. I didn't really get a whole lot accomplished. I got quite sick on the Lagunas route. It was very cold, and actually all of us got sick, probably just from the constantly breathing in at high altitude and in the cold like we were. But yeah, so now I'm leaving Uyuni, heading towards the town of Potosi today. It's supposed to be a very nice paved ride the whole way through the mountains, quite curvy, so should be a good one. And we'll keep an eye on pit for Patrick. We're at about 13,000. And with the wind uphill at this altitude, yeah, about 45 is about all I got without revving the heck out of it. I always tell big mountains when you're at 13,000 and they are just climbing. Out, fellas, and the little doggy. Those ones didn't have it. What cracks me up about a lot of the llamas is they put the different yarn patterns and colors on their ears so they can tell whose they are. So you see all these dressed up llamas with colorful hairdos. It's a harsh landscape, but it's beautiful. It's like going back in time out here. I'm transported to a different world. How beautiful, huh? Look at that. Beautiful, look at that. Such a rugged part of the world though, man. Woo. Harsh here.
As we near the city of Potosi, I want to tell you a little bit about it. Potosi is maybe the most important place that you have probably never heard of. In 1545, silver was discovered in the mountain next to the city. It went on to become the largest silver deposit ever discovered. This mine single-handedly built the Spanish Empire. To this day, around 10% of all the silver ever mined in human history came out of this one mountain. All of this wealth also had a dark side. It is estimated that over the 500 years this mine has operated, up to 8 million people have died in these mines, many of them enslaved natives and Africans. At the time, Potosi had a population larger than both London and Rome and was home to the Spanish National Mint, making the Spanish coin made famous in pirate movies called the Pieces of Eight.
As we come into Potosi, it's a big mine area.
Potosi for me was a very interesting city, a mix of the colonial history and the modern, with its many museums, historical plazas, and the Spanish Mint, along with many fantastic restaurants, bars, and shopping opportunities. Potosi was a stop that I really enjoyed. I got to experience the dichotomy of both sides of Bolivia.
All right, well, I found water. I got a new jug. I bought at this little place. This lady was so sweet. So she gave me a free empanada. So I had food to travel. It was good though. Eggs, potatoes, a little bit of meat in it. It was kind of like a breakfast empanada. So back on the road. That always makes for fun little stops when you meet somebody nice. I wanted to get a picture. I asked. She didn't want her picture taken. Super nice old lady. I don't know how old she really was, you know. Living at these altitudes in the sun and the dryness, it takes it out of you. She might have been my age or younger. Who knows? My Jekyll and Hyde heated grips are back on. I didn't turn them on. They weren't on this morning. I don't know. Bolivia's no joke. It's got a lot of scenery. Beautiful, with the canyons and the mountains and all of it. It actually kind of reminds me of parts of Idaho and Wyoming. Don't change a thing for me. I think that's welcome to Sucre. Who knows how far the city is.
Sucre is Bolivia's white city. It's the constitutional capital of Bolivia and the location of its Supreme Court. The city is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and it was founded in 1538 by the Spanish, although this location was an indigenous city prior to that. Sucre is a very pretty city with some fantastic sites and museums to visit along with many good restaurants. I really enjoyed visiting both cities, and it really showed me a different side of Bolivia that is both modern and urban. I have come to really appreciate the contrast in Bolivia between the rural areas and the cities, and I see Bolivia differently now than I did prior to coming here. In the next video, we will head back out into rural Bolivia and get back on some dirt roads.